Good morning. Happy Wednesday. My screen is not coming up and I don't have time to play around with it. That's okay. I got the monitor here. I can share screen. You guys will see everything. Hope everybody's having an awesome day. Great Wednesday. March 30th. We have one more day left in the first quarter. First quarter is over. If you saw our stats from yesterday, we had, I think, 78 closings to go by the end of the month. So by tomorrow, end of day, we still had another 70 some closings. It's just what happens in this business. It gets crazy, right? So I wanted to check in with y'all and I wanted to see where you're at. We're going to talk about your first quarter, talk about going into the second quarter for the year, what you can do, how do we start changing and shifting some things if you're not happy with the outcomes that you got. So first off, we're going to have some engagement. I need you to answer some questions. So please get your phones out, get your keyboards ready, and I want you to answer some questions. On a scale of 1 to 10 for the first quarter, how would you rate yourself? 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. How would you rate yourself? Go ahead and chat it in. Tell me where you were at. If you did awesome, outstanding, amazing, I was on track, I did everything I needed to do and should have done most of the time, I knocked it out of the park, I hit my monetary goals, I hit my physical goals, my emotional goals, I'm at a 10. At a 1, I didn't do anything, I didn't set goals, I forgot where the office was, I think I drove by it once or twice, didn't show up. I logged in, I forgot my MLS password, probably didn't log into that at all. Next Level Rally, what's that? Never heard of that thing. I'm not sure what that is for April 8th. Level 1. So where are you at? Give us a number. 1 to 10, where are you? Just be honest with yourself, because the reality is, until you face things head on, until you give yourself some honesty and some clarity, nothing's going to change. If you continually wrap everything in in a shield, nothing will ever change. If you go, well, I mean, I can do it tomorrow. Yeah, you can do it tomorrow, and you could have done it tomorrow for the last 90 days, but you didn't, especially if you're at a 1, 2, or 3. If you're at a 5, where are you at? Why are you at a 5? Now, I want you to be honest with yourself and tell me give me one reason why you would rate yourself the number that you did. Be very honest with yourself. One reason, type a sentence, put a short little paragraph. Why would you rate yourself at a 7? Because I set a schedule, I set goals, I showed up, I did what I needed to do. I could have done more. I could always do more. That's just the way that I am. Do you realize that most people who rate themselves at a 5, 6, or 7, if you're below a 7, like 5 or 6, or you're right on that verge of 7, those are typically they tend to be more of your most successful people. They're the ones who are the overachievers, the ones who it's never good enough, but not in a really bad way. The 10s are the optimists, like, it's awesome, amazing, I did it, which is wonderful. And the 1s are the ones who just need to get out of their own way. They just need a little bit of help. They need a little handhold. So put in a sentence, tell me why you rated yourself the way that you did. I won't call your names out. Everybody can see the chat, but we'll just read some of them off. Set goals and schedule and accomplished my goals. Very good. I met my goals for listings and closings for the quarter. Awesome. A 10 with letters, Facebook posts, constantly trying to get one set down appointment a week. Very good. Fairly balanced overall. Family crisis. And yeah, so those things will get you off track. All right. So again, now let's just make it easier. So we gave ourselves a rating. Raise your hand or type it. Let's just type in yes or no. Did you hit your goals for the first quarter? Yes or no? Did you hit your monetary goals? And if you want to type in there, I hit my business goals, but not my physical goals. I hit these goals, but not my family goals, or whatever it is, my spiritual goals, whatever they are. Did you hit your goals for the first quarter? No, yes. I hit my schedule goal, stuck to my schedule. Very good. Whip, I would say that hitting your schedule goal, now that's going to pay off because you've done it for this first quarter And this business is retroactive. So everything that you've done in this first quarter is going to pay off in the second quarter. So your schedule goal, hitting your schedule goal is going to mean that your second quarter is going to be on fire. So be ready for that and show up. No, we didn't hit our goals. Yes, we hit our goals, hit my personal development goals. Perfect. Wonderful. Had 5 deals, but only 1 closing. But did you hit your goals? That's why I'm at. Yes or no? Did you hit your goals? Yes or no? Okay. Now, based on those answers, how you rated yourself, why you rated yourself that way. Did you hit your goals? Yes or no? Tell me why you hit your goals if you did, and why you didn't hit your goals if you didn't. Tell me why. Why didn't you hit your goals if you didn't hit your goals? What is the reason that you didn't hit your goals? So go ahead, please type that in. What is the reason you did hit your goals? What do you attribute your success to? I let my other job get in the way. Okay. Alicia, let me ask you a question. You let your other job get in the way. Did you have time, even with your other job, did you have time to do real estate? Okay. So just make sure that you are still, I just want to make sure that we're not using that as an excuse. I mean, it's the reason, and that's perfect. But the real reason is you didn't raise your standard. You didn't make real estate a must. That's the main reason that you let your other job get in the way. You either didn't believe in yourself enough and you didn't real estate a must, an absolute must, because real estate right now is probably still your plan B. Tell me if I'm wrong. Real estate is your plan B if you have another job. You want it to be your plan A, but it's not quite there yet because it doesn't do this, doesn't provide, doesn't give me here, can't get me that. I don't have the income. I don't have this. I don't have that. What would happen if you made real estate an absolute must? You had a non-negotiable 2 hours a day that you prospected and talked to new people every single day. What would happen if you did that? Right? So what I would like you to do is raise your standards and say, no other option. There is no plan B. Real estate is not a plan B. There is no other option but real estate. What would you have to do that? Alicia, tell me that. What would you have to do if real estate was the only option for you? I'm not saying quit your job. I'm saying if you made real estate your primary as much as you could, put more of your focus, energy, and efforts into that, what would you have to do on a daily basis to make real estate your primary source where it is your main focus? And you are going to get everything that you want out of real estate and you made it an absolute must. What would you do on a daily basis? So actually setting goals for the first time was helpful. Very good. I like that. Put work on hold until health issues dealt with. There's not a problem with that. You put yourself first. We got to fill our own cups up first. Calling, texting, social media posts worked my sphere to hit my goals. Awesome, Tammy. That's amazing. Layton, need to be more disciplined and focused. With what? So Layton, let me more disciplined and focused with what? We can be more disciplined. Great, more disciplined. I showed up every day at 8 o'clock, but when I got there, I didn't do a damn thing. You were more disciplined than you were the day before, but you didn't do any more. So we need to get clarity. And that's what I'm going to talk about today, is going to be just kind of wrapping our head around some thoughts as to why some of us get what we want, why some of us get what we want and why some of us don't. Get more comfortable with contracts to get rid of fear. Okay. So Alicia, do you need to know the contracts or do you need to have people that you need to do deals with? Do you know people in this company that would help you if you got a buyer that wanted to buy a home tomorrow or a seller that wanted to list their home tomorrow? Do you know people that would help you even if you don't know the contracts? Yes or no? And I'm sorry, I don't mean to pick on you, but I want to jump through and jump over some of these thoughts and some of these fears that we have really quick. Let's just get them out of the way, because that's all they are, is just a fear. It's just a thought. It's not the truth. Yes, we do know people that would help you with a contract and would help you with the listing, right? Number one, we do know people that would help you with that, so yes, it's good to get to know the contracts a little more so you feel more comfortable. It'd make you feel more comfortable, but I could teach every single one of you all the pages of the contract inside and out, up and down, left and right. The very first time you go to write an offer, you and I are going to be sitting back at that table and we're going to be going through that offer because every single contract is different. Every single time it's going to be a little bit different based on the buyer's needs, based on the seller wants, based on the property, based on the lender, based on the loan. Is it cash? Is it every single one of them is going to be different. So you can learn the contracts up, down, inside and out, left and right. But the reality is that which comes first, the chicken or the egg? Do you need to know the contracts before you get business, or do you need to have business so that you experience the contracts? Because one of the only true ways to really learn them fully is to go through those experiences. And are you partnered with a team that will help you get through those things and get through those fears? If you picked up your phone right now and said, I've got a buyer that wants to put an offer on a home. They just called me. They want to buy this and I don't know what to do. Is there someone that would be there to help you in a heartbeat? And the answer is yes. So I think you need to prioritize talking to people to create opportunities in real estate before you put a ton of focus on doing nothing but getting ready to get ready so that you're ready when you are ready, to be prepared for when you're ready, because you have to be ready when you're ready. And if I'm not ready, then I got to get more ready and I got to try more. And I don't know this, but I know this and now I'm comfortable with that, but I'm not comfortable with that. So I need to be more ready on, more prepared on this. And that's inevitably what happens when we put too much focus on everything else but talking to people. One of the things I talk to new people about when we're looking at interviewing and hiring people is this is the people and communications business. Notice I didn't say this is the contract business. I didn't say this is the real estate business. So this is the people and communications business. Because the reality is, even if you don't know every single little thing that you need to know, number one, if you are connecting with people the right way, will they trust you? Yes. And if they trust you, will they listen to you? Yes. And if you tell them, that's a great question, I'll make sure I get that one answered. Was there anything else you wanted me to look into while I'm digging into that and talking to the seller or the listing agent or the county or the permits or the lender or whatever? Was there anything else you wanted me to look into? I want to make sure we clarify all of these things. I want you to have all the answers that you need. I say that almost every single day. I don't have every answer, but when someone asks me about a contract or an addenda or something like that, and I don't know, it's a great question. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at that? Let's pull it up, pull through it, look through it, walk through it, ask some questions. So again, we don't need to get ready to be prepared for when we're ready. This is the people and communications business. You need more people. You need more opportunities. So one of the things that you should be doing, yes, schedule time for training, watching videos, getting into the next level resource, watching some of those videos, but you need to make a non-negotiable time every single day that you talk to new people and ask simple questions of, when do you plan on selling? How long have you lived at home? Who do you know that might be looking to buy? Asking those questions. How long are you there? Do you know anybody getting married, getting divorced, buying a home, selling a home, moving in here, tired of New York, tired of this place, moving here, wanting to go there, wanting to be closer to family? Talking to people about that, reminding people that you're a real estate professional. Because the reality is, this is a retroactive game. It's going to take 30, 60, 90 days for you to start bringing in some opportunities. So anything you do now isn't going to pay off until the next quarter, most of the time. You can find a buyer right now, this very minute. You could find a seller right now, right this very minute. The buyer you find today, right now, this second, you could literally start looking at houses. You can go show them the 5 that are available in the city that they want to be in, because there's not a lot that are going to meet their criteria. You can show them the 5 that are available. Only one of them will match their criteria to be sold within a day. You're going to have to go back and wait for another one. It's going to take you 2 weeks, 30 days, 60 days to find a home before you write a contract. You're going to write a contract to close in 30 to 60 days. You're not getting paid till next quarter. Okay. So this isn't the immediate game. You need to set the non-negotiable times to start finding buyers and sellers and fill your pipeline with buyers and sellers. The more we can fill our pipeline with buyers and sellers, the more your pipeline starts to spit those buyers and sellers out. Same thing with a seller. Seller wants to sell. I need to sell and I need to sell now. Great. We have a few questions for you. Let's talk about it. I need to come by and preview your home, take some photos, go through everything. Looks like you need to do this, need to do that. We need to downsize a little bit. We need to declutter, get some of the furniture out of here. You need to clean, you need to remulch, you need to repaint, you need to do this. Yes, well, I planned on doing that. I got half the floor. We need to finish the floors. We need to do a lot of things. They list in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. You get it on the market. they're closing in probably closer to 60 days to 90 days by the time it's all said and done. So that's what I'm saying. We need to, as John put in here so eloquently, burn your boats, right? So there's a saying that says, burn your boats. And it's from a Napoleon Hill book. And Napoleon Hill talks about burning your boats. If you are a tribe and you know that my island is here and our tribe is growing too big and my island is getting too small and we need to expand, and we know there's an island right over there. And so the island that you're on is your current job that you're working for, for the example that we have here, the job that you're working on here, and we need to expand because we know that there's more resources, more this, more that, we can grow, we can do better, we can be better. And we know there's that island over there. We're going to get into our boats and we're going to pull up on the shore. And what are we going to do? All right, guys, if it doesn't work, we'll just get back in our boats and go back to our island. We're attacking another island. Burn your damn boats. Burn the boats. We're either taking the island or we're dying here. There's no other option. This is it. We are taking this island over. Burn your boats. So sometimes we have to have a little bit more of an attachment to what we're looking to do. Let's see, what would you have to do? Make sure to put aside all other things that take up my time during the time I need to work during my business. So one simple way to do that, Leighton, is again to create a schedule, set an alarm. Your alarm that you would have. Craig raised your hand that if you wanted, I didn't know if you wanted me to unmute you if you wanted to say anything, or if you were just raising your hand because you hit your goals. So make sure you take them. So set an alarm on your phone, non-negotiable time where you are going to actively prospect and talk to new people, because the only way your business gets better is if you talk to new people. You can train all day long. You can read, you can watch the videos, you can read books, you can come to classes, you can do all that. But the only way your business grows is if you add more people to it, add more people to your pipeline. So non-negotiable time that you do that, put it on your schedule, set your calendar on your phone, have an alarm go off. When that alarm goes off, it's 1 hour, 2 hours, however long you agree to do it for, and just sit down and do it. There's a man always working on getting organized, but never got completely organized. And it's never enough. Okay. So just wanted to talk with you briefly about that, about where you're at with your goals. Have you set some goals? How'd you do in the first quarter? What should we do in the coming into the second quarter? So we're going to kind of expand on that a little bit and talk about some of the reasons why you may not have hit some of your goals. Is if you want to have success, there's a really simple formula that you can implement. And if you want to have success in the second quarter, it's a really simple formula that you need to implement, that you need to start working on, that you need to start focusing on, because what you're focusing on, if you haven't hit your goals, isn't working. And if you did hit your goals, where's the next goal? Is that going to require a different level of you to show up? Can you continue doing the same things you've always done to get the same things you've always got? Or do you want more? Because if you want more, you're going to have to do more than you've always done to get a little more than you got. If you continue to do the same things, you'll continue to get the same things. So first one is to know your outcome. I can guarantee, and I saw it on a lot of the chats in here, most of the people who said they hit their goals knew what their goals were. I can also guarantee some of the people who rated themselves a 1, rated themselves a 2 or a 3, or said that they didn't hit their goals, did not have the goal clarified. Even if they hit their goal, they wouldn't know what that goal was. So know your outcome, know your goal. What is it? What's your goal for this quarter? Go ahead and chat that in. Chat in your income goal, your listings goal, or your buyer contract goal. What is that? How many closings, contracts, listings, income? What is that? Chat it in. Put it into the chat. Don't be afraid to stand up and stick to it and put it out there in the universe. It's not going to hurt you to put it on the chat. There's only 70 people online there. 70 other people online there that are going to see it. It's not going to kill you. So just put in what is that goal? Know your outcome. Be clear with it. What's your goal for the second quarter? How many listings would you like to take? How many contracts, buyer contracts would you like to have? How many closings would you like to have? What's the gross commission you'd like to earn? Go ahead and chat it in and put it in there. So please go ahead, get on your computer and chat that in there. Tell me what that goal is that you would like to have for this next quarter. 2 listings and 4 buyer contracts. That's excellent. That's 6 closings in a quarter. If you do 6 closings in a quarter, you're in our top producing agents, the top 25% of the company. 6 closings in a quarter is 24 in a year, is going to put you on track to be earning 6 figures. That's amazing. one sit-down face-to-face appointment per week, 3 listings and 3 buyers, which is going to be 6 sales because those listings will sell. So keep going, type it in there. What's your goals? What's your buyer goal, listings goal, commissions goal that you want? So if you want to succeed at anything or change anything, the first thing you need to know is, what do you want? You got to know what you're after. It's the same thing that we continue to talk about. You have to know what that goal is. What's the target? What am I shooting for? If you don't know where you're aiming, how will you know if you hit it? And most of us, if you are brave enough to type it in there and call it out, if you rated yourself a 1, a 2, or a 3, or you say you didn't hit your goal, tell me, did you actually have clear, concise, specific, measurable, attainable, real and purposeful, and time-sensitive goals that you were working towards, that you would actually know if you hit them or not? Did you have that? Did you know what the outcome was? You know, it's hard to hit your target when you don't even know what that target is. Exactly, Alicia. That's very, I love the fact that you'll stand up for that and say, yeah, no, I didn't. So what is that goal? Because without a goal, we don't know what we have to do to hit it. If you want 1 listing this quarter, you can get 1 listing and you can get it in the first 30 days, take the next 2 quarters off, or take the next 2 months off. Right? If you want 1 listing and 1 buyer, do a little more. 2 listings, 2 buyers, we got to do a little bit more. But if we know what you want, then we know what you have to do and we have to start implementing. Claire King, you want 3 deals closed this quarter, and I know you'll get it. So another thing that you can do, ask better questions. Why are you searching for them? What is it that you want? And ask a better question. What's the ultimate outcome that you have? It's not just necessarily, what do I want? What's the ultimate outcome? Where do I want to be? What is that going to give me? How is it going to make me feel? You might actually start to realize, wow, I said that I wanted 6 deals this quarter, but I don't think I really needed that. I'm trying to slow down. I'm trying to spend more time with family. I wanted to do some more traveling. It's going to be the end of the school year, so I'm going to take the month after that off. So I really only need to do 4 deals. It'll keep me on track. So my ultimate outcome is to spend more time with my family, to earn a little bit of income, make sure everything is covered. Or the ultimate outcome, what do I want? I want 3 deals this quarter. Well, my ultimate outcome was to have another investment property. Oh, I need to do 2 more deals and earn at least this much, because that income is just going to cover where I'm at. I'm not going to get enough. So what do you want? And what is your ultimate outcome for this quarter? If at the end of this quarter, you were able to sit down and say, wow, I am so impressed with myself and everything I put into this, what would that look like? What is the outcome that you would have? What would the end of your quarter look like? If you get clear on your outcome, your behavior starts to change automatically. Because if you get clear on the outcome, picture yourself 90 days from now. 90 days from now, even if you don't know what your goals are, just picture 90 days from now, you hitting your goal and seeing and feeling what it's like to be at the end of that 90-day period where you hit every single one of your goals, and you're standing up on a stage like this at another next level rally, and you're able to tell people that these are the awards that I got. This is what I hit. I did this, I did that. How would that feel for you to be able to provide that level of income, to be able to hit the goals that you said, to know that you set a goal that was attainable and you went out to actually do it and achieve it? What would that look like? How would that feel for you? You know, your behavior will start to change automatically just from putting yourself in that position, starting to actually put yourself into the future. You start to be a little bit of a time traveler. Put yourself in 90 days from now, see what that feels like, say and feel exactly what it would be like. And in this moment now, you're already feeling like you have it. Do you think you're going to take stronger action? Do you think you believe a little bit more in your abilities to do that? And then you start partnering and pairing with the right people. What you're doing is you're activating your reticular activating system. You tell your brain what's important to you. The same way we've talked about, if you ever wanted a car, wanted a new car, knew exactly what you wanted, you went and got it. As soon as you got it, and as soon as you have it, you're telling your brain and yourself that it's important to you, and you start seeing it everywhere. It happens all the time. If you tell your brain what's important to you and you show it what's important to you every single day, by revisiting those goals, that is the power of revisiting the goals every day, sitting down for 3 to 5 minutes, writing in a journal about your goals, about what you're going to do. I'm so happy and grateful to be doing this. I'm so happy and grateful to have that. I'm so happy and grateful to be living this life, whatever that is. And you start putting that out there and revisiting those goals. There's a lot of power in that. You're telling your brain that that's important to you, and your brain starts seeing and finding those things all around you throughout your day, starts putting you in a different position. and helping you make better decisions throughout that. It starts to seek out the things that you said are important to you. So that's, if you want the first step to getting your goals in the second quarter, know your outcome. And then the next step is, we touched on this a little bit, know your reasons why. Even though you know what you want, sometimes you lose the drive, and it becomes very clear that you forgot why you wanted it in the first place. You have to know the reason that you're doing it. Why? Because that gives you leverage. I put my vision board back in front of me by my desk at home, and it's a great reminder. Yeah. It's the best thing to do. Remind yourself every day why you're doing the things that you're doing. Reasons come first, answers come second. People buy with emotion and justify with logic. So a reason that's going to do something, there's an emotion inside of them. They have this emotion and they're going to, I'm going to do it. And then they start justifying with the answers as to why they did it. Well, I did it because, and this and that and the other, and they justify their decisions. It's the same thing inside of us with our goals and everything else. You have to know why you're doing it. You need a little bit of leverage. It's the same story. I'm going to go run. I want you to run 5 miles, and I want you to do it in less than 20 minutes. Could you do it? Who could do it? Run 5 miles in 20 minutes. That's record speed, 4-minute miles. Like that, there's records for 4-minute miles. And I don't know if anybody's run 5 in 20 minutes, but if you told me run 5 miles in 20 minutes, I wouldn't be able to do it. But if you came to me and you put a gun to one of my kids' heads and said, run 5 miles in 20 minutes, or I will pull the trigger, I will run 5 miles in 19 minutes and still have enough energy to beat the ever-loving crap out of you when I got back to the start line, because I have leverage. I have a reason why I'm doing it. There's a reason that I'm there showing up and doing that. That's the power of leverage. It's the power of a reason. Know why you want the goals that you want and the things that you want. So let me ask you this. You know your goals. You wanted 3 listings, 3 buyers. Why do you want it? And sometimes it's not just vision boards and things that sometimes those are pretty, and we put things up there that are just, they're goals, they're things that we want, but why do you want that? So for those of you who put 3, 2, however many deals that you wanted to close, 2 closed deals, please write in there, why do you want that? What's the reason you want it? Not so I can buy a new car or so I have income. What is that thing that you're trying to achieve? What's it going to give you? What's it going to make you feel? How will you feel when you achieve it? What's the whole reason that you want it? So type that in, really start thinking about that. Why do you want the thing that you want? When's the last time you really thought about that? Or are you just aimlessly walking through trying to get it because that's what everybody else says? Or, Craig says if I do 6 deals and 6 deals and $25,000 in a quarter, I'll be a top producing agent. And so why do you want to do it? Travel fund, dental expenses. So and now we'll go one step further. What does traveling do for you? How does traveling make you feel? What's the reason you want to travel? Think about the experiences. Think about all of those things. And dental expenses. How is that going to change your attitude? How is that going to change your emotions? How is that going to change your confidence? How is it going to make you feel? Those are reasons. Those are leverage. And if we attach more to those feelings rather than the feelings of just wanting something, it helps us to push a little harder, gives us a little more leverage over the actions that we're taking on a day-to-day basis. Retirement. When is retirement? How soon is retirement? Is it 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? Do you even have a timeline? So put a timeline on it. And what are you planning to do during retirement? And what does it mean to you to be able to retire? How would you feel? How successful would you feel if you were able to retire at X age? And what does that look like for you? What does it mean for you to be able to do that? At a certain age, I was able to retire because of this, and it made me feel this, and it gave me this sense of freedom. It gave me a sense of accomplishment and confidence, and it changed the way I viewed this and that. And I knew that anything was possible. What does it make you feel? Right? So why do you want the things that you want? Ultimate success formula, know what you want, know why you want it. Steps 3 and 4 here. Take massive action, and then have enough sensory acuity, have enough wherewithal to understand what you're getting out of your actions. So when I asked you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, and I asked, and some of you said I was a 7, 6, 7, or 8, or 1 or 10, whatever that was, what actions did you take? And did you ever stop and say, I took all of these actions, but I started to sit down and look and realize that that really wasn't the thing that I needed to be doing to get my goal. I really needed to be doing this because I realized I was running east searching for a sunset. So you need to take some massive action and know what you're getting. Massive action, taking action is going to help cure everything. When you wake up in the morning, is it better to wake up, roll out of bed, and kind of drag your feet around and just kind of loll around and just be lazy and slow and just kind of all humdrum and leave the lights off and roll around, carry your blanket with you? Or is it better to get up, put your feet on the ground, drop and do 10 squats, 10 push-ups, start moving, turn all the lights on, pop some music on, and start moving and getting some action inside of you? Which one is better? Say the second one is better. Why? Because you took more massive action and you're going to feel better. Your heart's going to start pumping. Your blood's going to start going. Mentally, your brain starts waking up. You get more oxygen into your body, more oxygen in your muscles, more oxygen in your brain. A simple thing like taking massive action in the morning can change the whole way you see the rest of your day because you took action in the morning. It's the same thing with everything else. If you want to do some prospecting, should you sit down and make one phone call? Or should you sit down and take massive action and make as many phone calls as it takes with a, say I'll do 50 phone calls to get to the point of talking to 15 people today, or 70 phone calls to talk to 20 people today, whatever that is. Take massive action. That's what it's going to take to get to goals. So you have to take massive action, but you also have to know what you're getting. Because you realize if you take massive action towards these things and you wake up and you start making 20, 30, 50, 70, 100 phone calls at 3 in the morning, you're not going to get the goals that you want. You might get cussed out. You might have a bad attitude after you talk to the people you're going to talk to. But you realize that doing that was not the right decision. I took massive action, but again, I was running east looking for a sunset. It's never going to work. I'm calling people at 3 in the morning to see if they want to sell their home. I know they're going to be home. It sounds smart to an extent. Well, I know they're going to be home. They're going to have their phone right next to them. They're going to answer because they're going to think something else is going on. I'll talk to them about selling their home. You realize that now you have to understand what you're getting. And so again, massive action and understand what you're getting, because if you continue doing the same thing over and over again, that's the definition of insanity. You keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and hoping for a different result. It's insane. It's not going to happen. So if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. If you want something different, you must do something different. If you want to be better, if you want to be better, you must do better. So you always have to be changing these things. Change your outcome. Look for what is something different that you want. And the last one is change your approach. So take massive action, know what you're getting, and then change your approach. So if what I'm doing isn't working, change your approach. We change the approach. We don't change the goal. The goal was 3 listings, 3 buyers. We don't go and say, oh, well, since I've been calling them at 3 in the morning, I'm not getting the best responses. So I think I'll just look for 1 listing and 1 buyer this quarter then. No, you change the approach. I'm calling at 3 in the morning. I'm going to start calling at 3 in the afternoon. I'm going to call from 3 till 6 in the afternoon. And I'm going to talk to 20 people every single day, 4 days out of the week to get the opportunities that I want. So there is just a simple success formula. Know what you want, know why you want it, the reasons why you want it, take massive action towards it, realize what you're getting once you take that action, and then change your approach if you're not getting the results that you want. Really, really simple. And these things will help you. I talked about this yesterday with my team. These things will help you as you go through this quarter. There's 6 things that if you really wanted to start working towards your successes, you have to be willing to do some things a little bit different. So number 1, make decisions. When I say decisions, a decision is to cut off from any other option. decide. As far as doctors go, incise, cut into, decide, cut off from. Cut off from any other option. When you make a decision and deciding that this is it, this is what I'm doing, no other option. So for the one online that said, I let my other job get in the way, make a decision. You have to make a decision and know there's no longer a plan B. There's no longer a plan C. There's no longer a plan B. When there is a backup plan, there's always a reason to quit. Because which one are you more comfortable with? Are you more comfortable with the job that you have? Or are you more comfortable doing something new that you've never done before, that you don't have any income from, that you don't know what the hell you're doing? You feel very uneasy about, and you're going to have to start doing things that you haven't done in a while or never done before at all. Which one are you more comfortable with? The job you already have or the thing that you're trying to learn? Obviously, the job you already have. And we are creatures of habit. Our brain and our bodies are the most efficient machines ever built. The whole reason we do the things that we do is to create habits so that our brain can be freed up to think of new things, so that we don't have to think of the monotonous things we do on a daily basis. So if you're working at a job, you already have habits in place for that job. What time you wake up, what time you get dressed, what time, how you drive to work, the direction you drive to work. And if there's traffic, you go this way. And if there's that, you go that way. You already have habits for how you're doing that. When you show up, what you do, how you clock in, how you log in, when you take lunch, when you take a break, who you talk to, when you talk to them, when you drop, you already have habits, and your brain and your body form those things. So which one is going to be easier, to continue to go to the job that you've been going to, or to start a new thing? Your brain and body are going to say, hey, we tried that. We worked on it. We showed up. You got on the morning meetings. You listened to what they said. You tried it. It didn't work. This is easy. Let's just do this. Let's just keep doing that. That's fine. I know. We'll find something else. I know you really want that, but let's do this. Let's just keep doing this over here. It's easy. It's fun. Plus, when you were doing that, you had so much more free time. You can think of so many. Look how creative you were. You got the idea to do real estate. You'll get another idea. It'll be perfect. Your brain is trying to keep you comfortable. You need to make a decision. You need to cut that part of your brain off from any other option. That's not an option. Absolutely not. This is what we're doing. I'm working at the job from this time to this time. When I get done, I do this. And when I get done with that, I do this. And I sit down and make my calls. I do that and that and that. And I eat at this time, talk at this time, do my training at that time. There is no other option. I will be successful in real estate. I will have this many closings, this many buyers, this many sales. Cut off from any other option. There is no plan B. We're not going back to this job once this starts rolling, because this will start rolling. You have to make some decisions. Decisions. Check in. It's exactly what everybody's brain says. Everybody's brain says that. We all do that. We are creatures of habit. That's what we are doing. And you need to tell that part of your brain to shut up. That's the simplest way to put it. You need to make a decision. The minute you start making that decision, because you have not fully decided that real estate is going to be it, you're still not sure. You're not sure if you can do real estate. You're not sure if you'll be successful or not. You're not sure, even if you are successful in the first 6 months, 8 months, a year, that you'll be able to continue to be successful, because you don't have a paycheck. You got to show up every day and get a commission check. And if you don't work, you don't get paid. Your other job, you can show up and you work, but you're not really working as much as you really should be doing. They say that they say a salary or an hourly wage is what is the price they give you to give up on your dreams. That's what they pay you. It's the bribe they give you to give up on your dreams. So how much are they paying you at your job to give up on your dreams? That's my next question for you, because everybody's brain says that. You need to make a decision. I will no longer accept this as an option. Your job, what you're doing. This is an absolute must for me to show up every day, because if I don't do that, I will never have those things. This is the life that I want. This is the life I deserve. And I know that. And I've decided that I will start living that life today. Make a decision. So making decisions, decide to be successful, decide to set goals, decide to never worry about money again. decide to start now, not tomorrow, because everybody's going to say, well, I'll just wait till Monday because I got to work here and there and then do this and that. I mean, it's just easier. I'll just start it on Monday. Do you realize that the construct of days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's just a social construct. There's nothing to it. They don't mean anything. And you inadvertently have started to feel some emotions about Sundays and Saturdays. Sundays, you feel, what's Sunday? Tell me what's Sunday? Day of rest. Well, it's Sunday. I'm not going to do anything. Well, it's Sunday. I can have a drink at 11 in the morning. Well, it's Sunday. We're just going to hang out over here. What's Sunday? I got to do the yard today. What about Monday? Oh, Mondays. My goodness, Mondays. You know, it's a Monday. We all have this social construct of it. Wednesday, hump day. Well, start to get a little bit excited. Week's almost over. Friday. Everybody has the same social construct. The minute that you give up on the fact that and start seeing a day as what you've socially transcribed into your brain for it, and every single day is a brand new day in the universe for every single person and every single thing to experience life to its absolute fullest. And this is the only moment that we are living in anything, because everything else is the past or the future. Every single moment, every single minute, every single day is a new day, a new experience, new life, new everything. It's not Monday. It's not Saturday. It's not Sunday. It's a new day. It's a brand new day. You can do anything you want. You don't have to sit and relax today because someone said so. You don't have to do your yard work today. You don't have to this, that. It's a new day, and you can decide to be something new on every single day. So decide to never take less than everything you deserve. Decide you'll never live like that again. Next, manage your beliefs, manage your mind. So the simple fact that you have those thoughts going through your mind about your other job, or about that I can't do this, or I'm not good enough for that, or that neighborhood, there's the same agent that's been in there the whole time. The same agent's been in that neighborhood this whole time. They master that neighborhood. I've tried talking to some people in there before, and they keep telling me if they list, they'll always list with them. Okay. Have you ever seen anybody come into any market and take over a market? Yes. And it can happen at any time. I've seen people coming into this business and within the first 3 months have 6, 7, 8, 9 deals. Seen people come into this business and not have a single deal for a year. So anything is absolutely possible. So, but you have to start managing your mind. You have to manage your beliefs. And it doesn't start with the moments when you start to feel stressed. It starts with the moment you wake up in the morning. It starts with your moments at home when you're starting to wind down and go to bed. You have to manage your mind to manage those beliefs. So manage your morning routines. If you do not have a morning routine that you have scheduled, I promise you, you are doing a morning routine that you did not schedule. Every single one of you goes through a morning routine, whether you scheduled it or not. One of them will serve you. The other one does not. The other one is ensuring you continually do the same things you've been doing. The other one, where you actually schedule and plan a morning routine, is going to ensure that you can get all of the things that you've ever wanted and change some of the things that you want to change and be easier to implement those things. So manage your mind and manage your belief. Start believing that you can, and start getting rid of all the negative talk that's in your head. Anytime you say, I can't, turn it into, I must. Well, I can't go to the gym because I don't have enough time and don't have this and don't have that. Well, okay, I must go to the gym. When can I go to the gym? I must go to the gym today. When do I have time? Start looking for that. Find out when you have the time. You will find the time. And you will find the time, because then you start saying, if I must go to the gym, it turns into, well, I could go for 30 minutes there. I can't go to the gym. Well, because I always go for an hour or an hour and 15 minutes. That's not enough time. I'm not going to be able to. I won't. I must go to the gym. When can I go to the gym? When can I fit it in? Can I do I could do 30 minutes here and here, and I'll bring my clothes and I'll do the 30 minutes in between there. That's okay. I didn't get an hour, but I got 30 minutes. I must and I can't change those. So whenever it's an I can't, change it into an I must. But that starts to change your belief. It starts to change your mind. Another thing that I started doing, or I just started doing this past week and a half, 2 weeks, is during the 20 minutes when you first wake up and 20 minutes before you go to bed are the most impressionable times of the day on your mind. So I take some headphones and put them in when I'm laying down to go to bed, put some headphones in and play some sleep meditation and affirmations. It just says, I am the person that I've always been meant to become. I am strong. It's different affirmations, talks about health, wealth, vitality, strong mind, strong body, all of that. And it's literally talking to my brain, talking to my subconscious. And we'll see what happens after 30, 60, 90 days, because I continue to do it. And then you do that in the morning as well. So you have to plan your morning. You have to manage your mind. You have to manage your beliefs. And then you have to check in on them daily, every single day. Start managing yourself. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? What could I do better tomorrow? What am I going to do tomorrow to show up better? Believing something and believing in something is one of the fastest ways that you can achieve it. You have to believe. If you don't believe that you can do it, Henry Ford says, whether you believe you can or believe you can't, you are right, because that's your success cycles. Next, show up and take massive action. Talked a little bit about these. Show up. I ask you to show up every single day. Are you showing up as the best version of yourself that you can every single day? Are you doing that? Are you showing up? If I asked you yesterday, did you show up as the best version of yourself that you could have? Or did you show up as the person that you've been showing up as that's got you the same results that you've always got, but you want better? Who did you show up as today? Who did you show up as yesterday, the day before? So you need to show up as the person that you are meant to be. We don't get what we want in life. We get who we are. We get our standards. So whatever your standards are, however you're living right now, is what you are going to get. You can show me anybody what they're doing and their standards right now, and you could project who they're going to be in 30, 60, 90 days for the most part, because you get who you are. You get the standards that you have. That's why I say, if something says I can't do it, you must turn it into a I must do it. You're raising a standard. The standard before was, well, I mean, I can always find a reason to not do it, or I can't do it. I don't have enough time. No, BS. I make the time. I must do it. I will find a way to do it. It's changing a standard. You do that with one thing over 60, 90 days. That's going to change a lot of other things in your life, because now you just raised your standard in that area. Inevitably, it's the law of familiarization. You became familiar with that, and you start to become familiar with doing that in other parts of your life too. It starts to carry over. So show up. See yourself through the eyes of your future self. See yourself as the person you want to become, and show up as that person every day. If you said, this is the person I want to become 90 days, 100 days at the end of the year, what if you decided to show up as that person every single day? You showed up as the person that you wanted to be, that you know you can be. And as that person, what standards do they have? What things do they implement? What ways do they do things? Do you think that would change the outcome of your second quarter if you showed up as the person who already achieved it at the end of the quarter? Might bring you closer to your outcomes. 4, take massive action. Realize, just do it. Just get up and do it. I use this analogy all the time. How many of you have said before, or how many of you work out and said, God, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to go to the gym. Screw it. I'll just go. I'll go. I don't want to go, but I'll go. And you went to the gym and you walked out of the gym. How many of you have ever said, when you walked out of the gym, when you know you didn't want to go, have walked out and said, man, I really wish I didn't go to the gym today? How many of you have ever said that? None of us. None of you have ever said that. But how many of you have been sitting on your ass on your couch or doing something else and said, man, I really, really wish I would have went to the gym today. I really wish I would have showed up and went. Every single one of us, I really wish I would have went. I should have went. We always, whenever we get up and take the action, take that massive action and just do it either way. It's the same thing with your goals. There's things you know you need to do in your business. Just get up and start doing them. Make one phone call and then make another phone call. Don't try and make all 20 phone calls at the same time. You can't do it. One at a time. Take massive action. Start off with one. Just get up and do it. Get up and take the action, and keep taking the action until you get the outcome that you want. That should be your belief. I'm going to do this until. No other option. I've made a decision. I will do these things because that's who I am. And if you associate with the person you want to be in 90 days or at the end of the year, and you put yourself in those shoes, and as that person, what does that person do? This person shows up every single day. This person makes calls every day. This person works out. This person has a morning routine. This person does this the way that they need to do. This person does that. What would that person do? Last two things, get a coach and get held accountable. You can't read your prescription from inside the bottle. And there's a reason that every single professional sports team has coaches, and not just one, coaches, multiple coaches. They have a head coach. Their coaches have coaches. They have a head coach who manages the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. And the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator has other offense and defensive coordinating coaches. Then they have wide receiver coaches. They have tight end coaches, offensive line coaches, defensive line coaches, special teams coaches. They have people in the training room who do all the tape up. They have strength and conditioning coaches. They have so many coaches. Their coaches have coaches. And these are the top 1% of athletes in the world for any sport, for baseball, for football, for any, it's the top 1%, less than that. So if you want to be a professional and you want to get better at something, get a coach, get someone who's going to hold you accountable to do that. When scientists want to prove something, they hypothesize, they put a hypothesis, and then they put that into a lab full of people and they test it. And they work on it together. It's never just one person sitting there doing it, keeping everything to themselves. They all start working. They are all coaching each other towards an outcome. And then you got to measure and make your progress. And the last one is offer and deliver. The more you offer, the more you'll make. Offer and deliver. What I mean by that is make offerings. If you're not making offerings to people every single day, you're out of business. Offer to help. Law of reciprocity. Whatever you give, you will receive. Whatever I can give to somebody, if you can have whatever you want in life, if you help enough other people get what they want in life. So make offers and then over deliver on your offers. Plus, whenever you're giving something, doesn't it always feel better when you ask for something? So if you give somebody something in your neighborhood or in your farm or in your sphere or in your past clients, if you give them something, doesn't it always feel better when you ask for something? Ask them, okay, well, great. Who do you know that might be looking to buy or sell? Who do you know that can use my help? Have you seen any homes on your street that are looking distressed, or heard about anybody that's doing this, that, and the other, getting a job, getting married, having kids, or anything like that? And always give more than is expected. So that is all for today. Just wanted to give you some reminders since we're coming into the end of the first quarter, and really just kind of remind you, where are you at? Where are you at with your goals? Where are you at in your business? Are you doing the things that you need to do? Do you have any things that you want to put into place that are not currently in place? And if you need help with any of those things, you have management, you have your peers, you have plenty of people around you that are willing to help. So if you want, we can help coach you. We can help coach you to some of your goals. We can help coach you to get some goals. We can help coach you through your training. So just let us know what you need. We're happy to help. And one of the greatest things that I can ever do that makes me just feel amazing is just to be a part of someone else's success. You know, that I will become successful with the opportunity to help other people become successful. And I want to help as many of you as I can to be successful. So even if this message only hits 3, 4, 5 people, and you've all taken 1 or 2 things away from it that you can implement in your daily life that will make a change. If one of the things I've said today hits you and you put that into your life, that one thing is the domino that can start knocking every other domino down. It could be a catalyst. So, and all it takes is one. All it takes is one thing to change. One thing. That's it. One simple thing. And then watch out, because when that one thing changes and you start to believe and you start to show up and you start to feel like it's possible and feel like your life is on the right track, watch the world get out of your way and watch the universe start bringing you the opportunities instead of you constantly having to chase them. It just takes one thing. It takes one thing, one thought, one action, one decision. And that one decision can make all the difference. And that's it. The one decision. I've got a million of them. I can look back on a ton of things that I've done in my life and that have happened, and how those decisions in that moment felt like nothing. But now I look back and I say that was the decision that made the difference. And when I made that decision, I did make it with so much certainty, but I wasn't fully understanding and aware of what was going on in that moment. It made all the difference. So guys, have an awesome day. Happy Wednesday. Happy end of the first quarter. Let's start putting some plan in place and start putting some action in place to get the second quarter that you want to be on track for the yearly goals. Next Level Rally, April 8th. April 8th. Put it on your calendar. Don't miss it. Please RSVP. There's two sides of an RSVP. Response, s'il vous plaît. I am coming or I am not. So even if you're not coming, just let us know that you're not coming so we know what to expect. Appreciate you guys. Have an awesome day.